Last year, my business grew over 500% thanks to LinkedIn. Let's take a look at Alex Hormozi's LinkedIn tips for 2025.
Results, I want to give you a little hack here for the growth. One of the biggest growth methods right now on LinkedIn is getting large accounts to comment on your stuff. And so if a large account comments on your thing, it gets shown to all of their following. And so it's a massive leverage point. Like think about a comment almost as a collab. And so you want to do whatever you can to attract those bigger accounts. And I'll tell you an easy hack for this. Write about them. Talk about how great this person is or how.
He's so true. Let me show you a real example of what he just described. So this is how we can apply this LinkedIn strategy. I've done it on this LinkedIn post. And as you can see, I've done a LinkedIn carousel. We call it LinkedIn carousel because you can swipe. It's a PDF that you upload. And essentially, like I've tagged a bunch of companies. And what you can do is that you can also tag people, like tag this big influencer on LinkedIn. And what happened is that because of that, like this person engaged with my post. I have many comments there, so unfortunately, oh, he's right there, and he engaged with the post because I tagged him because of the concept is explaining on LinkedIn, and because of that, because I played it smart. Like my post was about like 15 B2B sales tech stack for every budget, and in almost all budgets I plugged my own software. So not only I got a decent reach, a tons of engagements, thanks to all the different people and companies I tagged, but also I managed to plug myself. So on that day, I had the spikes in signups on my software because of that strategy. So this strategy absolutely works, guys.
And so the biggest unspoken ROI that I get from LinkedIn and that Layla gets from LinkedIn is that our DMs are about recruiting. So we can go directly headhunt some of the best people in the world. And because we have followings, because they can look at the stuff we put out there, the response rates that we get are higher than any other platform for talent.
So what it means by that is that when you're building a big audience on LinkedIn, people they're gonna follow you, and because of that, because LinkedIn is a big B2B platform, when there's a lots of recruiters and candidates, you're gonna attract A players to your team, and if you do outreach to A players, they're gonna know you, and it's gonna be easier to get talents in your team. And this is totally something that, once again, is true. It happened to me. So let me show you an example. So essentially, a couple of weeks ago, like I made a LinkedIn post about a guy that insulted me via email because he wasn't happy that I just not giving him my software for free, essentially. So he said, "You're a real cock, but your product is fine, but you're a real cock." So I made a LinkedIn post about it, and because of that, like a guy sent me a cold email, and he say, I'm not gonna call you a cock. So his name is Festus. But back then the post was I erased his name. And essentially, like, he pitched me with an offer to solve the problem I got there. And the guy was so smart. The approach was so smart. Seeing my LinkedIn post, using that, using the subject line, it was arguably the best cold email I got that year, which was a couple of weeks ago in 2024. And because of that, I was like, yeah, I need to turn the mind on that guy. He's an A player. I was at the same time looking for a role for retention at my company, and in the end, I made a job interview with the guy, and we hired him, and all of that because of my LinkedIn presence, because he was following us, following my company for the last couple of months, because he knew me from my content, he knew the company, knew the software, he was a fan, but he was also very smart. And so in the end, LinkedIn is very good to recruit candidates, to recruit people in your team. By the way, guys, if you care about nurturing leads and closing more deals with LinkedIn, you probably need a sales CRM. That's why the sponsor of this video is my own software, breakcold. As you can see right now, like in just one click from the sales CRM, Like I can get access multiple informations about my lead from emailing, calling, and LinkedIn specifically. I can aggregate the LinkedIn posts of my prospects to engage with them to stay top of mind super rapidly and productively.
And you can shoot whoever you want with it. All right. And so the conversion ability on LinkedIn is extremely high. All right, and I'm gonna talk about this in a couple different vectors. So number one is it's very high because there's a ton of sophisticated tools. LinkedIn is built for outbound, meaning you can get incredibly targeted with your searchability criteria for prospects. And so if you want to find hedge fund managers who are in this state and above this age, you can do that. And so LinkedIn has something called Sales Navigator that you can use. 40% of B2B marketers say that this is their primary channel for getting customers.
Yeah, that's very true. Once again, let me show you a couple of tips when it comes to LinkedIn Sales Navigator if you're interested in how it works. So, this is Sales Navigator, guys. It's the biggest and the most up to date lead database out there. It costs about like $99 per month. And you can see there's many filters. I can say, I just want the co founder of a companies in New York, and from there, there's very cool filters like posted on LinkedIn. So by turning this on, you can make sure that you only have people who are active on the platform. But from my experience, like it just enable you to get leads who are active online in general. So it's going to be easier for you to reach them out on LinkedIn or to reach out via cold email, because you just know that it's people who are active online, and so probably the business is in so also in the digital space. You can also have all the cool features right there. So you can say, okay, give me all the people with whom I'm not connected on LinkedIn, that follow my company and that are second degree connections. And so from there, you see, I have quite a lot. I'm a bit late on schedule right now, but usually I try to add all of them. But the thing is, from there, like you have leads who are familiar with your company because they already follow it on LinkedIn, they follow your company page, and then you can just go after them. And it's not going to be a real cold LinkedIn message or a real cold email, because these leads are already familiar with your business. So that's pretty much about it, guys.